Like a bad rash left untreated, Galadon is back. That's right, it's time for episode 39 of Clash of Clans Attacks. As always, brought to you by the fun, friendly, and active clans of Lost Phoenix. Check us out, come join the family. Alright, tonight's episode comes on the heels of a brutalizing loss in our most recent clan war. We'll go ahead and take a look at the war log here, and you will see that we were just eked out by Maximus, 76 to 74 stars. There was a couple of key reasons that we were not able to pull out this win, and I'm going to cover those in a future episode called Tips on How to Win a Clan War. A quick shout out to our 4-star winners of this war: Legit, Snake Borin, Weapon XXL, Takanohana, North Coast, J-Lo, Metador, and 4Lamb. And there's a quick look at our next opponent, the Squiggle Clan. And Lost Phoenix being a very active warring clan, it makes it tough for me to keep up with all of the results, but we are going to go back and look at a 3-star attack carried out by Boop, or ANF87. And here comes the attack. It wasn't a maxed base, but the Expos and Infernos were maxed, which makes any 3-star attack a significant win. But it wasn't flawless. He does pull the King and the Queen out here, but loses a few wizards that he fans out here to the left as that Queen wipes them out before she gets taken out herself. But he does effectively take out the King and the Queen, and then he starts the rest of his attack. I like this first rage spell here. He's got the wall breakers that are going to use it on both sides, opening up 2 holes in the wall, and then the next set of wall breakers also uses that same rage spell, and they get all the way into the town hall enclosure. Now that might not have worked had he not used that free spell there, because that multi-targeting Tesla Inferno would have taken them all out. Yeah, he froze that there. And so the King and the Queen follow closely afterwards. They're into the town hall enclosure. I think one of the keys to getting 3-star victories on bases like this is the fact that there's not that many of those small enclosures. So once you've hit 50%, you've got the town hall down, there's not a lot of walls to break, because the walls do tend to really slow the units down, and a lot of times you time out before you can get to those very last structures on the far end of the attack. But he's done a good job here of using those rage spells effectively. His King and Queen split up, which works out really well, and you'll also notice that both of the royals have an escort golem that is just conveniently helping to protect them, at least the Queen now anyway. And that's the key to getting this 3rd star, is they're protected. The Queen actually ends up finishing off the base with a whole army of skeletons at pretty much full health. So that wraps up a great attack. We definitely hope to see a few more of those in the next war, and we may need them. Alright, next we're looking at an attack replay by Dave here. This was an attack that could have ended up in disaster. As you see, those Clan Castle Witches have generated a ton of skeletons before they've gotten to the outside here. And luckily Dave had the forethought to deploy a few wizards, which will help with that area of effect damage, and he needed a rage spell just to make sure that it didn't spell disaster for his attack here. Does work out pretty well. Now his own skeletons are going to overwhelm the defenses in that first enclosure and take out the King as well. And Dave drops his wall breakers that are going to bust through some walls and eventually get to the walls that he wants to break. He drops his level 40 King down to follow through and hits the rage spell, so they're going to wipe out those structures to the right. Whole army of wizards now, and they're going to wipe out the structures to the left and kind of head down the center. And then, really kind of late in this attack, he finally decides he's going to drop his Queen down here way in the back. And this is kind of where the attack gets a little more interesting. Now, because she joined the battle so late, a lot of those inner structures had been cleared, so those outer structures on the far left distracted her, and she ended up out there. Most of his offensive units have been wiped out now, and the few that are left are going to get zapped by those multi-targeting Infernos. There's a rage spell that doesn't work out so well. That one wizard's going to try to use it, but it's not enough. He goes down. And before you know it, even with the Queen's special ability here, pretty much all of his offensive units are down except for the Queen, and her health, as you can see, is diminishing quickly. Now she manages to take out this Tesla right here, and she's going to move in. She's got maybe 10% health left, maybe a little less. Big bomb zaps her, But with probably 2 to 5% health left, it's just her and the town hall one-on-one. And you know who's going to win. So Dave squeaks out his second star and makes it look easy. 2 stars, 63%, wraps it up, and earns 16 trophies. Now, it's never my goal to intentionally embarrass anyone with my videos, but I couldn't help but show this defense replay by Spencer23. We'll just use this as a tutorial video on how not to deal with a massive number of skeletons coming out of a clan castle when you're trying to lure out the king and the queen. Now you can already see that massive number of skeletons coming out is spelling trouble. He's going to lay out a bunch of wizards and barbarians here. Finally, he's going to put down 2 witches, but that's just not going to be anywhere near enough numbers to stop this massacre that's going to happen out here. He drops his queen to help out, but unfortunately she's way underpowered even with her special ability. And this is just going to get uglier and uglier as the clan castle troops continue to multiply and take out everything that's here. Abood unfortunately did not bring a lightning spell. And we see the oh too familiar pause of nothing happening on the screen when the attacker is realizing that he's doomed. He does try one more tactic to see if he can take out the clan castle troops, and that's going to be dropping a rage spell in the middle of them. His king's special ability, which doesn't stack with the rage, and he's down. And now it's just sheer frustration, bunch of heal spells out in the middle of nowhere, and this attack is going to end with 2% damage. Okay, we've got time for one more attack here. This is a replay of my attack on Rashid Ali of Born to Kill. You may notice a familiar design layout here. This is the northern teaser, just simply the mirror image of a southern teaser, which can be tricky if you get a little bit disoriented here, but the key is just to remember that it's exactly the same as the southern teaser, just kind of reverse your attack angle. And I'm going to go ahead and pull the king and the queen out here. They're going to be out of range. My attacking troops are going to be out of range of that Tesla anyway, so we'll get the king and the queen out of here pretty quickly. And once they're down, I'll go ahead and start laying out my golems, follow them up with some wall breakers here as usual. Now I do manage to get a little bit disoriented here. I dropped some wall breakers at the bottom there that go way too far to the right. Did not need to open that enclosure. That could be kind of dangerous if we don't manage to clear all those structures. But the wizards are following up, and they're doing a pretty good job along with those skeletons of laying a blanket of destruction there and wiping out all those structures. The key to this is really getting those last wall breakers through that wall to the town hall enclosure. And we drop the queen down. She hits the edge of that rage spell. We lightning the clan castle troops out of existence. And this is where you might notice that I did not deploy my king. I don't think that was intentional, but it ended up not being necessary. We lay a rage spell and a freeze spell there inside the town hall enclosure. And here comes the second star for 50%. 100% probably out of the question, so we just saved the king for another day. And that is going to wrap up episode 39 of Clash of Clans Attacks. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm trying to put episodes out more frequently to keep you guys off my back. But seriously, I do appreciate the enthusiasm and the kind comments. Please do like and subscribe. And I will be back with episode 40 and the results of our clan war against the Squiggle Clan. And until then, remember to make every attack a full attack. Allah Akbar! First 3 people to find me in Global and to say full attack in all caps get a $10 iTunes gift card. US only.